All right, we are talking with the Alamogordo Athletic Training Program, the gold standard, here with us as they're getting ready for their competition, which, David, when is the competition?
It's Monday. It's upcoming Monday, so April 11th.
Okay, just around the corner.
Yeah, we are leaving. This is the first time we're going to go the night before, stay in a hotel and make a cool thing about it, and compete on Monday morning, 9 o'clock at Maldonado High School. Okay.
And the man you're hearing right now is David Maldonado, the Alamogordo Tigers head athletic trainer. And, David, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be doing stuff relatively normal again. It's pretty cool to be in here, bringing kids to the radio, going to state competition in person. Last year we competed, but it was just on the computer. So, I mean, obviously the competition was still fun, but you miss all the students getting to meet other student athletic trainers, hanging out with other athletic trainers, and competing and doing stuff that they like to do other than just taking a test.
Do you want to introduce the four that you brought?
Yeah, so today I brought our four captains in our athletic training program. We got 2 juniors and 2 sophomores. So we got head student athletic trainer Mariana McGoldrick, Captain Nevaeh Hill-Hatton, and Captain Olivia Goodier, and Captain Zoey Ligon there. But so both of this is for all of them. This is their second, except Mariana. This is her 3rd year in the program. So, yeah, they earned the right to be captains, so now they get to come talk on the radio.
Awesome. Very good. How's everybody doing today? Good?
Good.
All right. That's what we like to hear. Well, David, I mean, it's that's the biggest thing I got to think for you guys. 2020, the event was canceled. And more importantly, athletics was canceled for over a year. So, you didn't have, kids that were getting a chance to go out there and do the stuff in person. I know you were still teaching your course,
right.
through, the fall year when everybody was at home. And then last year was remote. This year getting back into it. How nice is it to get back to all this?
It's great, especially when you're teaching something that's hands-on like athletic training. You can ask a couple of them that are here that when they came in as rookies, they had to learn how to do things virtually. So learning how to tape an ankle virtually, learning how to just anything like that was very difficult. So it was even difficult for me to learn how to teach that, because normally when you're teaching that, you bring an ankle out, bring tape out, and you apply it. So I had to get very creative with that, trying to figure that out, and then try to get them interested. Because medicine can be quite dry when you're learning it for the first time without having the practical application. So trying to get them to understand things on Zoom. And a lot of the kids now don't want to turn their cameras on either. So I was pretty much me talking to the dark, which was very difficult as a teacher. But they were there, they would respond, but it was just either their little emojis or the black screen. So, but it was better now that we got. And you can ask them too. Is when they came back teaching an ankle, like, oh, that makes a lot more sense now. Well, yeah, you can see it. So that was nice. And it was also difficult just because they didn't get the same relationships with the coaches and things like that right away like they normally would get. Or their first part with football, they had only 4 games that they worked instead of 1 year, instead of getting their normal full season, and everything was just jam-packed together. So when we came back for sports, there was not that normal transition period. We were just working 100 miles an hour trying to fit a whole a whole year of sports into pretty much the spring season, which was really difficult, but it was fun. But now that we had stuff normal, it's cool to have them around, and it's cool to actually teach them, and then actually have them be part of the coaching staff and being part with the players and building those relationships again.
All right. So, do you feel like, what was it like finally getting physically into class and starting to do things after being virtual for so long with all this?
It was so much easier. Like, I found myself actually catching on to things a lot easier.
Okay. And how about, when he was trying to teach you how to do ankle, were you taping your own ankle and doing things that?
Yeah, I was definitely crisscross applesauce trying to do it myself.
Okay.
It was not good.
Well, but you know what? You found a way to make it work. Mariana, same thing for you? Were you trying to do the same deal there?
Well, I actually learned
you had a year before, yeah.
Yeah, but it was not that much because of COVID. It got cut off. So yeah. And
getting back, for having done it before, then going to being away, and then getting to being back in person, was that just such a relief to be back with all the teams?
I was very relieved for that. It's just crazy. I don't know. It was all crazy doing everything online, and we didn't have much to do.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Nevaeh, how about you so you started the year when COVID was going on with the program, and then had you done some stuff before we went into the COVID break?
No, actually I started during the COVID break.
Okay.
So I'm along here with Zoey. It was a lot easier to learn things when we were in person though, and I was really grateful that we got to go back and do that.
Yeah. Did you maybe try to on family members trying to tape ankles and do things like that?
Yeah, I did. It never came out good though because I didn't know what I was doing.
But once you got in person with David, it was a lot easier.
Yeah, everything made a lot more sense. I was like, oh, I was definitely doing that right.
Okay, well, that's good. Olivia, how about you? What was the experience of coming back and getting back involved with teams?
Yeah, I'm definitely in the same boat as Zoey and Nevaeh. It was strange. It was so weird, like, learning things, but, like, never getting to actually see them in person being done. It's just so weird.
Yeah. Well, moving from weird to talking about things that are, fun, what do you enjoy most about being a part of this program? I mean, obviously, it's something, David's done such a great job putting this program together the last number of years. What do you like most about it?
I think it's just fun in general, and I really like that it's a learning experience, and you get to work with all sorts of people that I would have never met, like, otherwise. And it's just fun getting to see a whole different side of things that I wouldn't have seen before. Like, I would have never considered athletic training as, like, a profession or as something to learn if I hadn't joined the program.
Okay, very good. Nevaeh, how about you? What have you enjoyed most over the last, season plus or 2 seasons now?
It's definitely been making all these friends that I have now. I actually work soccer with Olivia, and one of my favorite things is just working those late night soccer games, and you're making those core memories, and it's just a lot of fun while you still get to learn things that are going to help you in your future.
Yeah, and it's not just the kids within the program. Obviously, you get to know everybody within the different sports. Is that something that's great
and
too?
it's always fun, like, talking to the athletes and getting to know them.
Okay, very good. Mariana, how about you? What have you found that you've enjoyed most about being a part of the AT?
I really love, like, working with all of these ladies. Like, this is my best friend. I literally became close with her because of athletic training.
And just know she's pointing to Nevaeh.
Yeah, I am pointing to Nevaeh. I forgot we're not getting recorded.
Yeah.
I was like...
that person.
I really love working with all the athletes and, like, all the relationships I built with them, and especially working football season. That's my favorite part, like, being on the sidelines. It's very stressful at times, and I get to run out on the field with David, which is really cool. But being on the sidelines is, like, my favorite part, especially, like, late night games. Those are, like, my best. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, you guys were busy this season. Unfortunately, you had to run out onto the season a lot this season. So hopefully next year we won't have as much of that going on.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, that's, I would say David definitely doesn't want that happening as much.
I even almost injured myself once at the homecoming game. I fell back into, like, a pothole, and I thought I broke my ankle for a second or something.
We don't want the athletic trainer to fix the athletic trainer, right? That might be a bad thing there. So how about you? What have you enjoyed the most about being a part of the program?
I think I would definitely have to agree with them that just, like, building relationships with the athletes and the fellow trainers, it's just such a good experience.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of scary being out on the field, though, like, because they come kind of close, the players. It's like, please don't hit me.
It's important to be paying attention, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure David makes that very clear to you guys as well. So
Yeah,
Zoey
you can
has
never...
a little bit of trouble with that sometimes. Especially at the beginning of the season when you have to, like, turn around and you have to watch the game on this side.
Yeah,
she was trying to figure out what we were doing and things like that, but that's number one rule in football is never turn your back to the field, and Zoey was learning that.
Yeah.
I got sandwiched to two players.
Okay. It's a lesson learned, right? At the end of the day, it's a lesson learned. Yeah, David, and I've talked about this with, I think, everybody. How much did some of the COVID break affect in terms of recruiting kids out there? Do you feel like the program is where you want it to be right now?
Actually, I think we did a really good job. I mean, not to kind of boast about it, but I had to figure out a different way to do it. So we were advertising before COVID happened. So normally for the application process starts usually in February and March. March is National Athletic Trainers Month, so that's usually when I use it to kind of springboard that. So we got that February point, and then we were at state basketball when it all shut down. So it got us right at the end of it. So we got recruiting the class that's now their second year. That was the most difficult. But when we came back, it was almost back to normal recruiting people.
And it was March, too, when everything started up, so you could probably...
Yeah, so we had that recruiting period again. So we had so we have freshmen. We got really good freshmen coming up. There's still... I think the hardest part now is that we have to get them back into a academic fitness. I guess the best way to put it is they're just not used to having to study and doing things on time. So I think they just have a little bit... Their learning curve is a little bit steeper, but I think they'll catch up. They just need more time. Even like the guys that are here in their second year. I mean, it was hard when they first learned. Now they're trying to catch on. They're a lot easier to do things now just because they see it on a day-to-day basis versus watching me on a computer screen. But recruiting wise, it was. I think people were just trying to get doing something again. So I think it helped out a lot. So I think we're averaging our numbers are about the same as it was pre-COVID. So I think we're doing okay.
Okay, very good. and still getting from basically all. I mean, because I know you have some athletes that get involved. You have people from all different kind of walks at the high school.
Right. So yeah, we do have athletes. We have to share them. We have a couple. So we have a few of them that are in track right now, and then soccer, and I think that's pretty much soccer and track is what we share most people with. We just have to. Most of them just do their work either in the winter or when they're not working, running track or playing soccer. But we get them to go. But none of these ladies they're full-time athletic training students. So
okay. Well, we're coming into the competition, which you said is on Monday. Where are you guys going to?
We're going to Maldonado High School in Albuquerque.
Okay.
So it used to alternate between northern and southern New Mexico, but it seems to be easier to host things in central, in the metro area. Yeah. So just because a lot of the northern schools, it's easier short trip for them, so we're about halfway, and then Albuquerque doesn't like to travel outside of the metro, so it's just easier to go up there. For us, we can do it, so might as well go up there. And then the Maldonado athletic trainer, his name's Kellen Pino. He loves hosting, so it's easy. If he just wants to continue to do it, we'll keep doing it up there at his place, and his facilities are nice to do it in, and he has plenty of space, so don't pass up a great opportunity like that. And then for these ladies, they get to go up to Albuquerque. We were planning to do this in 2020 before everything got shut down, was to go up, stay in a hotel, go eat a nice dinner before, and then go compete in the morning, just to kind of have that more of that bonding experience that they all talk about. We just want to keep getting more and more of that, because I think that's the biggest point in this, is that you're learning medicine, you're doing something, but in high school you want, like they said, they want to build those core memories, so I want to make sure I can facilitate that as much as possible.
And the networking is obviously a big part about it as well. I mean, you're getting to meet people that are in the business.
Right, exactly. They get to go meet all the head. So on Monday, they'll have the clinical coordinator from UNM athletic training program. So it's a master's program now. So it's a little bit longer for them to get into the program, but at least they'll know who he is. Talk to students that are in those, both at NMSU and UNM will both be there. And then also just talking to the athletic trainers that we get to work on. And so how we're changing districts for football, we're going to be talking to those Las Cruces athletic trainers a lot more than we have. Just because we don't really talk to them during basketball in those seasons, because we don't travel back and forth. But for football, we'll be working hand in hand with them. So it's always good for these young ladies to get to meet them and know who they are. And also, they're female athletic trainers. They have to deal with a male athletic trainer all the time. It's really cool to see someone that's just like them doing the profession that they're enjoying to do right now. So it's also a good thing for them too.
Okay, very good. Zoey, what's your favorite? This is your first competition or second competition?
This will be my second, but it's my first time traveling.
That's right. And so first time in person. What has you most excited about the competition?
Just being able to travel and hang out with all the girls before the competition. Yeah. I'm kind of scared for the competition, so I'm not really like...
Yeah, you shouldn't be scared, but are you more excited about the practical, the test? I mean, is there one that you think you'll enjoy more than the other?
Definitely the practical.
Okay.
I think I'll enjoy that more.
And is there one... I know there's different... you don't know what you're going to do. You kind of... They'll ask you to do it when you get there. Is there one particular that you'd rather do compared to one that you wouldn't rather do?
Probably taping or splinting. Not landmarks.
Not landmarks, okay.
That's difficult.
All right. Yeah. And David, remind me what landmarks is?
So landmarks is they have to use like the little tiny stickers. They're going to be told a specific part of the body. They have to label it. So if they're talking about the patella, which is your kneecap, you have to put the sticker directly on the kneecap or whatever. But it's all medical terminology that they have to know. So it can be anywhere from the tip of your toes to the back of your head. It just be whatever. And there's 10 of them they have to do. So everyone says that's the most difficult, which it is, because it's a memorization and you have to be precise. So everybody freaks out about that one.
Okay. Understandable to be doing that. Mariana, how about you? I mean, I assume the practical is what you're maybe looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I'm really excited for the practical. The test is really long and scary. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting landmarks. I actually really like doing them, or I like taping too, so either one of those two I'd be fine with.
Yeah, is there one that you like, I'd rather not do that one?
No, I'm fine with like all of them. Okay. I'm pretty good with them, yeah.
And what has you most excited about the whole competition aspect of everything? Is it the traveling?
Like traveling and meeting other people, like student athletic trainers like us, and just, competing, getting that experience. Okay. And hopefully coming back with the blue trophy. Well, we will be coming back with the blue trophy.
You've got to have a trainer that is very competitive.
Yep.
David likes to win that blue trophy.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And I think it's once you win your first one, it's an addiction. You want another one. So we haven't had a blue trophy since 2019. I was super, super confident in 2020. That group, I really thought they were going to walk in there and win it. Like, I was almost borderline cocky with them. But COVID shut us down, and then it was the trophy that never was. I mean, it's just, I really think that one would happen. And then the second year they came back, and I really think those students were part of that group. Half of them were. and they came back, and I think COVID just kind of derailed them a little bit. So, and Gaston, and hats off to Gaston, they destroyed that test last year. They did really good. So, same thing, they'll be back. So I think it's us, Gadsden, and probably Centennial that are going to be fighting for that blue trophy.
Okay, very good. Nevaeh, what has you most excited about the competition?
I'm actually the opposite of them, and I'm really excited for the test.
Okay.
Mostly just because I know that I can, pull my weight with the test and maybe help us get that trophy. But as for practicals, I really do not want to get landmarks. It's just because, in the moment you get confused and you're like, oh, I don't know where that's at. And I would prefer to get taping if I was doing... Yeah, that's just what I would like, is just taping.
Well, the reason is, she's taping-wise, she actually holds the record right now for the fastest ankle tape job here in Alamogordo. She's even faster than me. Like, she's at 27-something, I don't remember what it is, for an ankle tape, which is, blazing fast. I'm under 30, but nowhere near Nevaeh, so she beats me on that one, which is kind of crazy. I can't believe I'm telling everybody that, but it's on the wall. We posted
it's on the
Facebook.
wall.
So everybody knows.
Everybody knows. There you go. David's got to practice a little bit more. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Olivia, how about you? What are you looking forward to most about the competition?
I'm really excited to travel just because Nevaeh and I are soccer ATs, so we don't really get to experience traveling outside of Alamo like the football ATs do. And I'm with Nevaeh. I want to do the test. I'm just really academic, and so tests are easy for me. And I have no idea what I'd want to do for the practical. Definitely not taping. I'm good at it, but it's not my set of skills. Landmarks are easier for me.
Yeah. So it's taping, landmarks, and what are the other possibilities, Dave?
In the past they've done wound care, and then they've done splinting, and other times they've done pretty much where they hang out. That's usually what they do. It can be anything else as far as crutch fitting or stuff like that, but there hasn't been that. They like to stick to the splinting, wound care, taping, and then landmarks.
Yeah. Olivia, you'd mentioned about learning a lot about things that you can use once you head in college or possibly a career. Have you started to aim in on a career that you'd like to get into after high school? Or
oh yeah, definitely. I almost 100% want to be an athletic trainer, and I have a goal of getting my PhD in physical therapy and then using that towards an athletic training career.
Okay, very good. Do you have a particular school that you're thinking of right now? Or
Texas Tech.
Okay, very good. All right. And Nevaeh, how about you? What's the future plans holding for you? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, so I'm thinking of attending an MSU to hopefully graduate with some type of degree in athletic training. And eventually I want to be able to use my skills somewhere in the military, because they do have athletic trainers in the military, which is super cool.
Okay, very good. All right, Mariana, how about you? What do you want to use it in athletic training, kinesiology? Is there something you're looking at?
I think I want to major in kinesiology when I get into college, so I'll probably go to NMSU. Okay, it's free now.
That makes sense. I think I had a similar thing back when I was in school. It definitely helps make you want to go there for sure.
Yeah.
Zoe, how about you? What's the thoughts for you?
I think I want to go to NMSU for nursing.
Nursing, okay. Mm-hmm. And so obviously this is something that can help you, or at least get you doing some things that will help you in the nursing program, right?
Right. And then you can just, there's so many different options for nursing, like traveling, schools.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And David, that's one of the cool things about the athletic training program is you see a lot of these kids whether they go into athletic training or kinesiology or nursing or medical field or whatever. It at least gives them maybe a little bit of a leg up heading into college.
It definitely does. Every time I talk to any of the alumni that we have, so we right now we have one that's she's a nurse. She's about to go. She's working in Texas right now. She's about to move over to Kansas, working as a nurse in ICU. We have a couple that are in nursing school right now. One of them was about to graduate nursing school. The other one is, I think, in her first or second year. I can't remember. We're about to have our first athletic trainer to graduate this year. She was head student athletic trainer in 2016-17. So her name is Misa Trance. She's about to graduate as an athletic trainer from NMSU. So I'm super proud about that one, because alma mater and athletic trainer, so it's a double whammy for me. So yeah, we got those people that come in and they talked about their entrance exams for nursing school and things like that. They just walk in and some of the questions that they already know just because they've been hearing it for 4 years or however long they were in the program. So I think that's a huge benefit for them, just because you learn medicine, and then you learn how to deal with people in typically the worst day of their life, and then you can push that through in your college career, and then hopefully in your professional career.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best of luck on Monday, and hope you guys have a lot of fun up at the competition. Most importantly, we hope you guys have a lot of fun, and we hope you win too. But that's all part of it. Best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there on the sidelines throughout the rest of this season and next season as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles. We'll